Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I am Robin and I have a August reading wrap up video for you all. I read 4 books in August. I am so shocked because in not my very last video, but the video before that, I was saying that the past 2 months or so, I was just reading 3 books. So I didn't think I was going to read 4 books, so I only put 3 books on my TBR list for the month of August, but I ended up reading 4. So it went better than I thought, and they were all good reads. So we're going to start off with Fourth Wing. If you guys have not seen my last video, and only if you have read this book and you want to see spoilers and my reaction to reading this, I have a read with me video of me reacting to reading Fourth Wing for the very first time. So I'm not going to go into it too much because that video is an hour long, or a little over an hour long, talking about all my thoughts and feelings about this book. But I read Fourth Wing for the first time in August. I gave this book a 4.5 stars. Loved it. I loved it so much that I did purchase Onyx Storm in the hardcover, and I kind of have a weird story about that because I had to return it. There was an issue with the actual book, and I ordered another one of Onyx Storm, and that one was even more damaged. So I had to take that one back, and now I don't have Onyx Storm in my possession. I am waiting to purchase it again. I'm waiting to get my money back for that one, and then I will then purchase Onyx Storm again. This isn't about Onyx Storm, but this is about Fourth Wing. Love this book, gave it a 4.5 stars, and definitely would recommend Fourth Wing for my fantasy readers, romantasy readers. It's more fantasy, at least in the first book, than the romance part, but you do get a little bit of, I guess if you want to call it romance. I mean, you could definitely see things are brewing up, but yeah. Fourth Wing, loved, 4.5 stars. Next up, I read Guild by Raven Kennedy. This is the first book in the Plated Prisoner series, and that's what that looks like. I like this book. I gave this a 4-star. And the reason why it was a 4-star is because this is definitely a first book where it's building up the story to get to all the good stuff. And so it wasn't bad by any means, but you could definitely tell this is the story that is literally setting up the plot. So I gave it a 4 stars. There wasn't too much that happened, but you were just mostly getting the buildup of who the characters are and a little bit of their backstory to go in to this. This is a King Midas retelling. The man that could turn things into gold, but can he? I gave it, like I said, a 4-star. Loved it. I actually liked it so much. Okay, I really liked it. I would have had to pick up the second book in that series. This is Glint by Raven Kennedy. This is the second book in the Plated Prisoner series. So it goes right after this one. The second one, I gave this one a 4.5 because, so much happens in this one. And let's just say there is a character, King Rot. He comes into the picture, and I like him. I like King Rot. He's supposed to be the bad boy attitude, Mr. Meanie Pants. He's supposed to be mean and ruthless. But I love him. He's everything. I'm like, I like him. There's a lot of things that get like, this going from the first to the second one, world of difference. It gets so much better. I cannot wait to read the rest of the books up here. But yes, so I did pick up the second one. Loved it. I would recommend this series as well. It's really good. But just know the first book is really, you're not going to be super wowed by the first book. It's good, but you need to know going into it that book is setting up for what's to come. So you might not get a lot out of it, but you will definitely learn a little inside of the characters and their personalities, and it's more of a world building, and then you get to the story. But loved it. Loved it. Last but not least, so actually, before I say that, this was the book that was not on my TBR list, but I went ahead and picked up the second one because I was like, I need more. Okay. The way that ended, I was like, I need more. The first book ended, and I said, I need another one to see where that's going. So that was my extra book for the month of August. Last but not least, we read Spark of the Everflame by Penn Cole. I gave this a 4.5 star. So I wasn't sure about this book. When I first started reading the first few chapters, and like I said, this is probably a me problem. Because like I said, I have been only reading 3 books lately. And then I literally finished Glint. And that same day that I finished that book, I picked up this. And so I think jumping from fantasy to another fantasy right back to back like that kind of made it a little bit hard. But needless to say, I ended up loving this book. I ended up loving Spark of the Everflame. I do have the paperback special edition right here. I'm obsessed. I like this way more than I thought I was. I was already skeptical, but then when I first started reading the first chapter or two, I was like, it was taking me a bit to get into it, but then probably around the 20% mark, I was like, I'm there now. I think my head kind of cleared from the other book and everything, and I was like, I'm feeling this. I'm excited. I can't wait to read the next book. I do have that one on my shelf. I will probably be waiting to read the second book because I know the third one comes out in paperback in November. So I'm thinking of starting the second one a little bit closer to November. But we shall see. This book was really, really good. I would recommend this for my fantasy readers. It wasn't what I thought it was going to be. So we have DM Bellator. She is her mother goes missing. She's trying to figure out where her mother went. She's being raised by her stepfather. And she has a brother. And they're dealing with these god type people. They have magic. They're called descendants. And the story just kind of takes off from there. She is trying to figure out what happened to her mother. She finds out that she is not who she thinks she is. Her mom has been hiding secrets from her and really the whole family. And so things just start unraveling. It's a really good book. I enjoyed it. So, yeah. So, those were the 4 books that I read in the month of August. So, we have Fourth Wing, which, I think y'all kind of know what Fourth Wing is. It's a fantasy. We have Violet Sorrengail. In the writer quadrant, she really wanted to be a scribe. She ends up getting dragons. She starts liking Xaden. Xaden is part of the rebellion. He's a bad boy, but is he really? Yes, he's a bad boy, okay, but for good reason. And yeah, that's that story. And then we have Guild. by Raven Kennedy, which this is a King Midas retelling, which this King Midas dude, like, he just gold everything. And he's a butt, but not in a good way. Like he is just the epitome of using people, and greed and all about himself. Okay, and he treats our girl, I think her name's Arian. I think that's her name. I am not sure what her name is. I do not remember. I think her name is Arian. Something like that. I don't remember what her name is. But anyway, yeah, she is locked in a prison, okay? A gold prison in this man's house, okay? And she is not treated very well. That's all I gotta say. And obviously, this is just a continuation of that. There's some more characters come into play. I just don't want to give too much away because, this is the second book. And then we have Spark of the Everflame. So, yeah, I gave each of these books at least a 4 to a 4.5 stars. So I will say the month of August was really good. I need to put these back on my shelf in the correct way. Now, will I do that? Yeah, I'll do that. I'm kind of OCD about some of my books and stuff. But anyway, I had a good month in August reading books. I had, like I said, all of my books. I didn't have a 5-star, but I had pretty close to 5 stars. So I'm happy with that. And I don't know if I'm going to have a reading, like, not a reading wrap up, but a TBR video this month in September, because we are in September when y'all will see this. Because I just don't know what I want to read, and I don't feel like making a TBR jar because I don't think those will work for me. I might try them one day, but like, I really go off of how I feel when I choose a book. I also go off of how much I've been anticipating to read it, or even sometimes the order that I buy the books in. And right now, it's not that I'm not feeling like reading, but I just don't know what I want to read. I am literally having like an emotional situation kind of going on where I'm like, I don't know what I want to read. And I got into another hobby of mine recently that I hadn't done in a very long time. I started gaming again, and that's been kind of taking up some of my time a little bit. So that's kind of where my focus is right now. So I'm still reading, yes, but I don't have like a lot of like books here that I'm just like, hey, I want to read this one. I probably won't really do that video, but I will do probably another reading wrap up at the end of September because I will be reading something. I just don't know what. But yeah, stay tuned for the next video, and I will see you in the next one. Or, well, you will see me in the next one. Bye.